Hello everyone, in this video we'll be learning about the chatbots. So we will learn how to build a simple chatbot and we can deploy in various platforms. So chatbots are basically chatting robots which are very popular nowadays and are frequently used in almost all mediums of social and business interaction. So initially I will be discussing some very basic elements of chatbots, and then I will walk through how to actually develop a real chatbot and how we can deploy our chatbot in the platform like Twitter, a Messenger, or a website. In our example, we are going to make a very simple chatbot a very simple bot that can be helped to uh, get a recommendation for gift. Means by using our chatbot, it will guide us that what kind of gift is suitable for different occasion. So how we can start developing a chatbot? For this we need to have an account in the IBM cloud. So the IBM provides a facility to use all the resources. We have many resources available here that you can use on freely. So we have two kind of accounts here. With the light account, this is of no cost, and we can use the limited features the of the resources. And for our purpose, these resources are actually sufficient. There are three key elements of chatbots: intents, entities, and dialogue. So first we have to understand what are these three key terms, and then we will start developing our chatbot. The first comes is the intents. Intent is basically if the intention of the user. So it helps us to identify the intention or the goal or the purpose of the user. What does it mean? If the user says about if the user makes a query like, do you deliver? Do you deliver in weekends? How much time you take the delivers? Are the delivery free? Where do you deliver? So these all queries are basically focusing on the information regarding the delivery, that how the company provides delivery services. So we need to identify all the queries which actually reflects the intention of the user. So the more you are able to identify the query, it will help us to train our bot in a better way. Bots are basically using the AI where they keep on learning. So there is very much useful. The more data you will provide, they will get more smarter, and the training is said to be a kind of good training for them. So we need to identify all the kind of relevant intents, and then we can write these intents at the time of developing a chatbot, or it's always suggested that first you identify what are the different possible queries the person can raise for a particular purpose, and we note down in one Excel file. We can make a .csv file. So if you want to uh, prepare your intent document, you need to follow a format. There will be two columns. The question column number 1 is referring to the question, and column number 2 is referring to the corresponding intent. For example, when I say do you deliver, this is a question, and the intent refers to this query to this query is delivery information. So you can identify all possible queries and then the relevant intent. You can make a table of this, and this can be easily imported while creating the chatbot. The second is entities. Entities again help us to identify more closely the user intention, so that we can so that our chatbot or the bot can handle the query accurately and provide the correct answers. So here entities are basically identifying the context of the user query. Let's say the user says, I want to present a gift. So we understood the intention is that he is searching for the gift, but now we have to identify the context that he want to get a gift for what occasion. He may ask the gift for the marriage, for the birthday, or he want to present the gift for his wife, to his mother, or for any occasion. So first we need to identify in a broader way what is its intention, and then we will move to the closer context so that we can provide the proper answer to him. Similarly, like the entities, we can store the like our intents, we can store the entities in the CSV file. So here, first column refers to the entity and second refers to the corresponding value. And it is always good to provide synonyms so that it will be easy for the bot to understand or to relate the query. For example, a person may ask, I want to gift something to my mom. So mom is the value, and you can also write synonyms mother. Similarly, if there is one value called retirement, then you can make it for farewell. You can write for see off. So it depends, means you have to identify what are the synonym or the similar words can be used for a particular case. So for here the entity may be the occasions. So occasion may be birthday. So entity is occasion, value is birthday. Entity is occasion, value is marriage. Entity is occasion, the value is retirement or a farewell. So likewise we have to identify the corresponding entities, their values and synonym, and then we can prepare a CSV file. Then comes a dialogue. Dialogue basically provides a flow of conversation in the form of logical tree. Dialogue basically provides the conversation. So far we have seen the intents and entity which help the bot to understand the user purpose, and through the dialogue the chat is actually responding to all the queries. So basically with the help of dialogue we are making a dialogue tree that help to reply to the user based on the queries. So let's create a simple chatbot for a gift shop. So the first you require to use the IBM resources, you need to register with an IBM cloud. This you can do by going to URL console.bluemix.net. So you have to create a free account. I have already created an account, so I just click on login. Otherwise you have to click on this free account button, and it will take you to the registration page where you have to write your uh, information about your your email, user ID, password. And once you have registered with the IBM cloud, you are allowed to use all the resources which are available here. So Watson Assistant is one of the services which is provided by the IBM cloud for making chatbots. So you can see that this cloud offers more than 170 unique services. So here is the login page. I will write my credentials with my user ID and my password. And it is going to prepare a workspace for us. The very first thing required is to find the Watson service. It was previously called Watson Conversation. Now the name is Watson Assistant. So we go to the catalog. So we have different categories are here. So either you can write here Watson Assistant to find out that component, or you can go to AI. Here you can find we have 14 services regarding the AI. So this is Watson Assistant. Click on this. So when you click on this, it will take us to a page which will tell us about our registration. It will tell us on which plan we have registered. So I have registered with a free plan. We call it a light account, light plan. So I must agree with my plan, and I will click on create to start creating my smart bot. The very first thing required is to start the tool. So once you click on the launch tool, it will take us to the page which will ask us to create a skill. A skill is basically a kind of training we are providing to our bot that can handle a particular kind of queries. In our case, we are uh, building our bot that can handle the gift recommendation query. For example, any user can ask our bot to provide him advice regarding the gift. He may ask, what gift should I give to my wife? What should I present to my friend on his birthday, can you give something suggestion for a Valentine gift? So these kind of queries are easily handled by our smart bot. So the very first thing is we need to create a skill. So I'll go and click on the create button, create a skill. So you can create a new skill or you can import the previously existing skill. So in our case, we are going to create a new skill. We will write a name here. So let's say my skill name is smart bot. We'll write the description if you want, otherwise it is optional. You can use a sample skill which is already provided by the Watson, or you can import uh, the skill which you have already developed earlier. So in our case, we want to create a new skill. I'll click on create. So in the skill, we are basically training our bot by setting the intents, entities, and dialogue. So intent is basically to identify the purpose or goal of the user. So we need to add the intents that help our bot to identify the intention of the user. So this we can do with the three ways. Either you can use some custom built intent, or you can import the intent which you have already created, or you can add a new intent. So we will use all the three options. First, I'll go with the content catalog, and here you can see many example for different intents, that is based for banking, for board control, customer care. So we are looking for some general intent that is used for general greeting, for general conversation. So I'm going to add this intent to my bot. So it says that 10 intents have been added. So I'll go to the intent part, and here you can see that this is already added. Now, there are so many intents are there, which are actually very much helpful, but for our purpose, because we are trying to develop a demo kind of application, so I need only this general greeting, and the remaining intents I am going to delete from my bot. So here we have only one intent. Now, what is the meaning of this intent? Now, the general greeting will handle all these kind of queries, means when user says good day, good evening, good morning, see you, greetings. So our bot is able to identify all these kind of communication. Then we will be going to import some intent which I have already created. So I'll click on import button, and it will ask to choose a file. Already I have created a CSV file in which the data is recorded in the way like example and then the intent name. So this is my desktop, and I have some intent for handling the goodbye, or means for ending the communication, the thanks intent. So it's now added to my bot. You can see this is help and thank. If you want to give description, you can just click on it and you can give any description to it. So far we have added three intents. The purpose of our bot to handle the gift recommendation, so we will add one intent that is called, let's say, gift advice, to recommend gift. Create intent, and we'll add some example, means some general queries that tell us what the customer is looking for. So suggest some gift, suggest some gift for birthday, suggest you advise some gift for my mom on her anniversary. What should I present to my wife? So when you add all these intents, the bot is keep on training. It keep on adding this information into the database and provide training to the because this is a kind of artificial intelligence application, and whatever the data we are providing, it keep on adding his knowledge based on these information. So far we have added. So it's not added. Let us add this now. So we can see here, so far we have added 4 intents. Now let us check that the bot is ready to handle these intents or not. So we have at the top right, we have a try it panel, which help us to check the behavior of our bot. So here you can see Watson is training. Whatever the information we have provided so far, Watson is training um, so that we can get accurate output. Okay, so I will write hello. So it is identified that this is something general intent, general greeting. Let's say I will say thank you. It is also properly identified. Now I will say suggest some gift for my wife. So you can see for this kind of query, it has correctly identified that it's a gift advice. Okay, so we have identified some intents. Now the time to go to entities. Now entity is something which give a closer picture or the real intention of the user, or the exact accurate context of the user query. Let's say the user is saying that I am looking for the gift, then uh, you need to identify the gift is for what purpose. It may be for the birthday, or it may be for some occasion, other occasion, for marriage party, and also you need to identify to whom it has to be given. So we have basically two things. One is gift for the occasion and gift for the relationship. So we are going to create two entities: gift occasion and gift relationship. So here you can you can create the entities by either adding a new one, or you can also import it. So I will add one entity, let's say gift relation. One thing to note, that entity will always start with at the rate symbol, and the intent will always start with the hash symbol. So we have to write some values. For example, uh, mother is one value, where the synonym may be mom. Add this value. Other may be wife. You can say lady. So we have added two entities with the name gift relationship. Similarly, I can add one more entity, and this I am just importing, which I have already created. So I have one file here where I have created some entities. This is entity occasion. So here you can see one entity is added. This occasion. So here we have occasion, anniversary, Valentine, birthday, farewell, marriage. If you want to have a look, you can see this. So these are the things we have identified: anniversary, birthday, farewell. We have synonyms: leaving, retire, see off. Okay, so far we have trained our chatbot to identify the user query by using the intents and entities. Now the time to reply. So the chatbot will reply using a dialogue. So dialogue is basically a conversation tree which is used to give reply to the customer based on the intention. So here we will see a kind of response tree which have the nodes. These square blocks are called nodes. So it executes from top to down. It matches. It will first, this node will execute, and whatever we have specified, if the condition match, we will get the response. Otherwise, it will ignore and move to the next node. So if we try out with this, you can observe So let us see what is given in this welcome node. So when you click on this, it says, hello, how can I help you? So when you start in the tryout panel, the first message is, how can I help you? Although we have identified the uh, greetings, but when you say hello, this time the bot is not able to understand this hello greeting, and it may say that I didn't understand. Can you rephrase it? Let us check the response. So it says I didn't understand, but if you notice here, it has identified that this is a general greeting, but it says I didn't understand because in our response tree there is no node for handling the greeting kind of situation. So we will add a greeting node that can respond properly. So I will add one node down this, which is a greeting node, and it said if the intent is the greeting, it has to reply you are welcome, kindly raise your query, something like this. Now again, when we check it in the travel panel, it will say hello, I can help you, how can I help you? I will say hello, it will reply you are welcome, kindly raise your query. Now if I say I am looking for some gift, again it will say I didn't understand because we don't have any node to handle this kind of thing. So here I am going to add one this gift advice. So we'll add one node here, and let's say the name is gift advice. So if it identifies the intent is gift advice, then it has to respond. But we have seen that for advising a gift, one has to know what is the context of the of this recommendation, or for this query. So we need to know the relationship and as well as the kind of occasion, and accordingly the bot can give a proper response. So whenever this kind of query is raised, which is related to the gift advice, it needs to resolve what is the occasion and what is the relationship. So what we are doing here, for this node we are going to make two child. One is for the relationship and other is for the occasion. So we'll add a new child node and we'll say gift relationship. Now there may be a many relationship are be of many kind. It may be a wife, it may be a father, brother, mother. So in our case we have only identified two relationship, the wife and the mother. So but if you look at this box, we have only one option to handle it, either for the wife or for the mother. So if when we have to handle multiple responses, we can uh, enable the multiple response option. This is multiple response option. This we can get in this customized part. So here you can say if the intention is gift relationship and if it identifies the occasion, sorry, relationship is if relationship is wife. So it has to check the relationship entity, and then accordingly it has to behave. Like here, it will check if the gift relationship is a wife, then you can say send her a nice perfume or something, whatever you want. And generally you can add something for mother at gift relationship is equals to mother to her. Okay, so far we have added, because in our records we have only two relationships. Now we'll check the behavior of our bot based on the query. So I'll say suggest something or some gift for my mother. So we'll wait for the response. It will execute. It will start from the first node, and it will see what to respond based on the condition we have specified in these nodes. So it has identified correctly that this is a gift advice and entity is relationship mother, but we are not getting the response which we have actually planned. The reason is because in the gift advice, if you look at this condition is matched, and then we have said that it has waiting for the user input. So we will say here that it has to jump to the relationship node, and when the condition is matches, it will give us the gift. This is a gift advice node. Here we have set gift advice, and here we have connected with the gift relationship, the condition, and in the condition here if you go, it will check for the gift relationship condition. Now we will again execute this, looking some gift for my wife, present a perfume, suggest some gift for my mother, give her a bouquet. So we have seen that now the bot is trained enough to handle the basic queries. So this is how we can create the simple chatbot. Now we have to, uh, once we are ready with this kind of skills, now we have to prepare our assistant. So we go back, and then you go to assistant. So whatever the skills we have so far we have given to our bot, now it will be given a one shape in the form of assistant. Assistant is basically a cognitive bot that can acquire these skills which we have just created. So we will say create new, and we will say our smart assistant, and you can click on create. Now once we are assistant, we have given the name to the assistant. Now it will asking that what skills you want to add to this. So we want to add the skills which we have just created. So we'll say add the dialog skill, and we want to add the existing skill. So click on this, and this is what we have created. Just click on it, and this skill is added to our assistant. Now once our assistant is ready, now this assistant can be deployed to any of the platform which you want to do. So here we have this Watson assistant provide you a kind of demo platform where you can see the performance of your bot. So just click on uh, first you click on add integration, and you can click on preview link. So here you will it will ask that you want to give a name to the link. You can say yes, smart link, and you can click create. This is the link which is actually provided to you to check your uh, bot. This is your bot, and it is now ready where you can see its performance. How can I help you? So you're welcome. find user query, suggest some gift for my wife, then the perfume, thanks a lot. Now, when I say thanks a lot, though we have provided an intent for thanks a lot, but in our response tree we didn't have. If you go to our smart bot and if you go to dialog, we don't have made any note for handling this thank. So this is just a very small kind of a demo application just to realize that how intense entities dialogues were created to make a meaningful bot. But actually, to build a bot, you have to analyze all the scenarios, all the condition, and then to join all together to come up with a very smart bot. So with this, I hope that you understood how to create a simple bot. And also, if your application, or if let's say if you have a website which is running using a WordPress, then it becomes again further easy, because WordPress provides a ready-made plugin to uh, integrate your Watson assistant. So you just go to wordpress.org, and when you go to wordpress.org, you will find this menu plugin. When you go to plugin, you will search for Watson assistant, and it will take you to the Watson Assistant plugin. You can click on it and you have the option to download readily available. And once you install this plugin, and your bot is actually available on your website, and it can easily be used by the user who are visiting to the websites. So I hope you have understood that how to develop a Watson Assistant using the IBM Cloud services and how to deploy it. Thank you very much.